Hi there, thank you for joining me. In this video we are going to take a look at place value, a really important topic because it's the foundation of pretty much everything that we do in maths. I hope you find it useful. Let's start by having a look at what we actually mean by the term place value. Take a look at this rather large number in front of us. Every single digit in this number is the same. Each number is a 5. But place value means that each of these 5s has a different value depending on where it is placed within the number. So this 5 here has a different value to, say, this 5 here. So the first thing we need to do is to learn the names of each of the columns, each of the digits in the number, and understand what the value is. We start on the right hand side with a column that's called the units. You'll notice I've also put the word ones there because sometimes it's also called that. Now, a number in this column is simply the number. So if I, for instance, write the number 5, it is simply a 5. It is 5 times 1, the ones. Now when we move on to the next column, it's a little bit different because each number in this column is actually valued in tens, not in ones. So if we have a 5 in this column, it would actually be 5 times 10. These are all tens. So the value is 50. So when we add a 5 here, we now have the number 55. Same for the hundreds. Each digit in this column is valued as hundreds. So a 5 in this column would be 5 lots of 5 times 100. So the value is 5 times 100, 500. So if we put a 5 there, we have the number 555. And so it goes on. We then have the thousands. So this is 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. So we now have 5,555. And let's continue to the end. 5 times 10,000 is 50,000. So this 5 is a 50,000. The next one is in hundred thousands. So 5 times 100,000 is 500,000. We now have 555,555. And the last column in this exercise, you can go further. The next column would be 10 millions and 100 millions, but we're going to stop at millions. So 5 times a million is 5 million. That means this number is 5 million. So we've now got 5,555,555. One thing we do to make this slightly simpler is from the right hand side, if we count 3 columns and then put a comma, and then count 3 columns and put a comma, it makes things slightly easier to read because we are saying, okay, at the beginning of the number here, we have the millions. So there are 5 million. I'll rewrite it out again. The next 3 columns are hundred thousands, 10,000s, 1,000s. They are all thousands. So we group them together and we say 555,000. After that, we've got the last 3 numbers are regular numbers. They are 555. So 5 million. 555,555. Let's have a look at another number but using different digits this time. Again, if I have a 4 and a comma, let's say 327, 190. Again, the commas have separated this out from us. So first of all, in this first section, we've got the millions. In here we've got the 100,000s, the 10,000s and the thousands. So these are all counted as thousands. And here we've got the rest of the numbers. So we've got 4 million, 327,190. Okay, let's take a look at how this number system actually works and why we have the place values. If we look at these numbers here, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. These are the only digits that we have available to us when we are counting. There are no other numbers than these 10 digits. So if we start counting up from 0, we start in the units column. And if we start from 0, we then add 1, we have 1. Add another, we have 2 and 3 and 4, until we get to the situation where we have the number 9. So by this time we've used up each one of these. We've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I want to add another one on there. I don't have another number. We know that 9 plus 1 is 10, but we don't have a number for 10. So this is where we then use the second column, because the second column is valued at tens. So 9 units plus an extra one is valued at a 10. And we have no other units, therefore this column goes back to 0. So the number 10 is literally a 10 and nothing else. If I carry on counting up, 11, 12, I will eventually get to 19, 1 and 9. Again, I want to go one extra. I want to have 20. Therefore, what I say is, okay, a 20 is now 2 tens and no units. And then 21 and so on. And we continue with this system right until the point where we end up with the number 99. 9 tens and 9 units. We've again come to a point where I want to add one more to it, but I don't have any numbers left. So we bring in the next column, which of course is the hundreds. So 99 plus 1 equals 100. Therefore I can put a 1 in the hundreds column. And there are no tens and there are no units. And if I keep counting, 101, 102, and we keep going that way, and eventually we will need a thousands column, and so on. So we are building up from the right to the left, using all the digits, and then moving on to the next column as we need it. I've come back to this page as a summary. So what do you need to do? Well, first of all, you need to learn the names of the columns. So units or ones, use either tens, hundreds, thousands. Also useful to realize that as we move from the right to the left, each column is 10 times bigger. So 10 units is equal to 1 10. 10 tens is 100. 10 times 100 is 1,000, and so it continues. So as we get further and further this way, we are getting 10 times bigger. It's also then useful to be able to say out loud what a number is with all of these digits. So, putting another number in here, if that was a 6, that would be 6,437 is in our thousands, 219. 6,437,219. And that's it. If that was useful to you, please like and subscribe, and possibly have a look at some of the other videos on my channel. Hopefully I'll see you again. Thank you.